And welcome everybody, my name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me today for the terrific Taurus August horoscopes. Well, the finger of God, otherwise known as a Yod, is touching you this month. And this is pretty exciting because it brings a lot of creativity and also spirituality. It could affect you at home or with your family in particular. The other things to note are that there's no new retrogrades. Jupiter did go retrograde at the end of July. There's no eclipses either. So although you do have a few challenges coming because there's a couple of T-squares there in your chart, it's really, I guess, with an idea to grow your creativity around the home. So you might be thinking about redecorating, and I'll come to your horoscope in a moment. You've got Venus there in the house of home and family, so that should be lovely. Just briefly, just to let you know how I operate, I like to, and I've actually picked up the 10 of Cups, which is all about, just took the cards off the top of the deck. This is all about home and family as well. Okay, so I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you, and then we'll have a look at your horoscope in depth. If you're new, please think about subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell as well. Okay, let's go over to the board now and see what we can see. There's your rather nice looking chart there, but we're going to draw the tarot cards first and see what comes out. I've already pre-shuffled them. So the first card is equivalent to the first half of the month if you want to think in terms of time. Let's have a look. I might go with that one on top. I've got, again, shades of aqua, blue and green, which I had in Aries as well. I've got it for you as well. So this is about speaking up, growing your life. Growth is sort of like a key theme for you this month, terrific Taurus. Okay, so the card that comes out is the Tower card. This means that something could fall apart, but don't be surprised if that happens, because look at this red here. These are what's called T-squares between Saturn, Mercury and Uranus, and another one with Mars. So yes, something could fall apart. If you've got any sort of psychic ability or intuition at all, you probably already know about it. You're already sensing that something's coming to an end. It's like you built an idea in your mind, a tower in your mind, a structure, and maybe it went along for a while, but the king's crown is now toppling, and so it's the end of an idea. So just watch out. There is a bit of craziness with Uranus in your chart, so we'll talk about that in a moment. So that's the first thing, and then the second card for you, terrific Taurus. It's nothing to be sort of worried about or anything like that, and as I said, you probably, if you're intuitive, you probably already know. Okay, so the second card in the second half of the month, still got the green, the growth, the same sort of thing. Expressing yourself, creativity. There's a lot happening with your creativity actually this month as well, but I want to go to that one instead, and that card is the Emperor card. All right, so some people like this card because they like the stability and the safety that it represents. It's like do 1 and 2 and you get 3. Step A, step B, step C, and this is a result. And so it's sort of black and white in the sense of somebody laying down the law, and you accept the law and you do what they say. You know, sometimes it's like in Australia, Centrelink, I don't know what the equivalent is in other countries, but Centrelink, they lay down the law and say, well, if you want to get your unemployment benefit, this is what you've got to do. So there's all sorts of rules around it. I don't know what the rules are, to be quite honest. But some people are happy to go along like that. You see, I'm not one. I couldn't stand that. But some people are happy. This is, you know, this is my life. This is how I want to run my life. So, you know, decide what camp you're in. This is somebody who is pretty black and white, and you play by their rules or the highway. So it's about dominance and control. and ask yourself the question, is that you dominating and controlling, or is that somebody else dominating and controlling? Okay, because sometimes we do it to ourselves. We think we've just got to do this, 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 and this, and you just do it, But is that what you really want? Okay, only you can answer that. All right, so they're the two cards. So I'm going to put these here because we're going to see how they play out in the horoscope. Okay, so that and that. Now I'm going to make this bigger so you can see what's going on more easily. All right. First thing to notice is most of the activity is on this side of the chart, which means it's more independent than relational, although we've got a little bit, a couple of planets. Venus will be going into the 4th house of home and family, Sun and Mercury, a couple of planets and Pluto up there, which are more relational, okay? So, but yeah, mostly independent. The Yod I talked about, this beautiful trine here between Neptune and Pluto, and then the sextiles down to Mercury here. This is the focal point. So it's about your messages, your communications, also your intellect, what you read and what you study and what you understand as well here with Mercury. And Mercury will be going into your 5th house too. I'll talk about that in a moment. These are the T-squares I was talking about, Saturn, Uranus and Mercury. So do watch for misunderstandings or crazy communications could be going on. You might get emails or phone calls that don't make any sense whatsoever to you. And then we have Saturn, Mars and Mercury, and there could be some sort of force or irritability with that, or energy, because Mars does represent activity, and it can be quite forceful sometimes. Okay, they're the T-squares, but your rule of Venus is going here into your 4th house, which with the activity there, you might be thinking about redecorating or making your home more beautiful in some way. Let's have a look now at your horoscope in depth. So from the 31st of July to the 3rd of August, Mars conjuncts Uranus. Do watch for impatience and irritability, slips and trips, falls and spoils, because Mars sometimes pushes you too hard. And you might go faster than what you would like doing something, and then there can be some sort of consequence as a result. And now I'm just getting psychically, this is not my notes, but I'm just getting watch for speeding when you're driving, okay, because you could get a ticket under this, because I feel like the need for speed is paramount. So do be careful there. You want to feel more independent in your life, and that's fine. Of course, when you're discussing things with other people, as you already know, the importance of listening is to be highlighted, okay? So, of course, go along to your own rhythm and listen to other people at the same time. You could feel like you're looking for excitement in your life. So by all means, find some excitement, and you might get some crazy impulses. Maybe write them down, don't act on them straight away. You need time to think about them before you actually do them. The 2nd of August to the 25th of August sees Mercury going into your 5th house here. This is all about leisure and pleasure, fun in the sun, so to speak. It's about having a good time. So entertainments, amusements, crossword puzzles, chess, anything to do with words, games to do with words, Scrabble, might appeal to you now. You might enjoy dramatic presentations, the theatre. You might enjoy creative writing, and if you do, you'll probably start some sort of creative project. It's also great for romance, and there could be communications about romance. 10th of August to the 4th of September, your rule of Venus moves into your 4th house that I mentioned here before. The Sun is there at 9 degrees 58, so say 10 degrees. So it won't be very long before Venus catches up to the Sun, The sun will be moving, of course. Well, the sun doesn't actually move. Let me take that back. It moves around the chart, but in the universe it rotates, but it doesn't move around itself, if that makes sense. It gets very confusing, doesn't it? You've got to be so careful what you say. Okay, so, but with Venus there, you could become aware or have some insight into you want your house to be more peaceful, more pleasant. You want to socialise at home and invite people over and have lovely gala dinners and things like that. You can invite me. I appreciate gala dinners, being a Libran, because my ruler is also Venus. You might be looking at redecorating, landscaping, or buying something that gives your family a lot of pleasure. So, yeah, it's a great time for entertaining. 10th of August to the 13th of August sees Mars sextiling Neptune. So with this, because Neptune's more a sort of dreamy spiritual planet, it sort of calms down the restless energy of Mars. So you might not feel especially energetic, but you might feel that you can help other people in some way, and you could be quite motivated to serve other people, or perhaps join a group and serve other people. And it's all about cooperation, and maybe you've got some, you become more idealistic in some way. The 12th of August sees a full moon in Aquarius here. So this is the 10th house, which is all about your career, but your career as a vocation. It's the sort of work that makes your heart sing, what you were born to do. And also it covers your reputation and your long-range goals in life. And so just be careful under this influence what you share on social media, for example, because your life does become more public in some way. So there's sort of like a bit of a attraction to oversharing, or people see between the lines. They see more of the personal side of you. But yeah, something also to do with career or vocation that you could be dealing with at that time too. The 12th of August to the 15th of August, Mars squares Mercury. Watch out for irritability, verbal disputes, could be some arguments, because you tend to speak your mind now, and it's important just to use a little bit of tactfulness if you possibly can. Usually, you might think before you speak, but under this influence it tends just to come out of your mouth. Watch for impatience, and as I said before, slips and trips also. But because it's Mercury, it's more to do with your thinking and your communication than your actual physical body, if that makes sense. You could be feeling a bit frustrated or impatient. In terms of your physical body, headaches is probably something that might happen, or maybe even earaches, if you're hearing things you'd prefer not to hear. 18th of August to the 25th of March next year, 2023. So a very long trip by Mars into your second house here. Is very unusual to have, 7 months in one house. It doesn't usually spend that long. So this gives you a lot of desire, motivation and inspiration to earn more income. You could get very much on the ball about business affairs, finances and your material security. You want to be more comfortable with money perhaps. You could have more ambition and you feel quite enterprising, so turning your hobby into something that makes money. But on the downside of it, there could be arguments about money also. 21st of August to the 22nd of September sees the sun go into your 5th house here. There could be more to do with the world of the child. You have more to do with actual children, or you feel like a child yourself, or get in touch with your inner child. You probably want to express yourself and your creativity. It's good, especially with Mercury here. It's a good time to talk to your lover. There could be communications about romance going on as well. And again, because it is about fun in the sun and leisure and pleasure, You might feel like you want to entertain at home or even go out. I'm thinking entertaining at home because of Venus here, but you could want to go out as well. Do it all. 23rd of August to the 25th of August, your ruler Venus trines Chiron. If you do have a love relationship, you might notice some sort of positive difference. It's running more smoothly. There's some sort of healing or resolution to a problem, perhaps. There could be like a new path of discovery, especially around your beliefs to do with love and intimacy. If you're looking for romance, you're unattached and you're looking for some sort of relationship, you might draw others into your world now as a result of this energy. There could be something from the past as well. You're remembering old relationships from the past. The love and the guidance that you do receive from other people can help soothe any anxieties or insecurities that have been holding you back in some way. Maybe, sometimes we get too nervous or frightened to accept love or appreciation from other people because of our past experiences. 24th of August to the 23rd of September, Mercury moves into your 6th house here of everyday work and also health and well-being, your everyday routine and patterns. It's also a great time for thinking and reading and perhaps learning new techniques at work or some sort of new procedure at work. There could be a lot of discussions with co-workers, employers and employees, and some beneficial changes in your daily life that actually help you in some way. So they might be only minor, small changes, but when you add them all up, it improves your quality of life in some way. It's a great time to talk to a health professional or somebody knowledgeable about your health and well-being. 25th of August to the 28th of August, Mercury conjuncts the Moon. Could be a lot of discussions now regarding your emotional state, your personal life. They could be sort of quite intimate or personal topics that you're talking about. You could be sharing memories or reminiscing about the past. People that you can trust are probably drawn in to your world now. There may be some sort of significant communication from someone who was once very important to you and disappeared, or somebody that you have a very long history with comes back. It's a great time to reflect and review on emotional matters now. The 27th of August sees a new moon in the 5th house here. So this is like new beginnings to your creativity, perhaps a romance. You could be socializing and having fun. And again, you feel closer to the world of the child. If it's not actual children, it's your own inner child. Maybe you're having memories of the past come back again. Okay, so new beginnings in those areas of life. Okay, so something, going back to these cards, something finishes so that these new beginnings can start, and they're more personal. It's not so much about other people, it's about you, terrific Taurus. Okay, but do watch, because it is a heavily quite a Mars month, and it's quite heavy with Mars influences. So do be watching for people who would seek to control you, or alternatively watch that you're not controlling them or that you're not controlling yourself. Alrighty, so that's your horoscope, terrific Taurus. I wouldn't be too concerned about this because, as I said before, if you've got any sort of intuition, then you already know about it. Okay, thanks for watching today. I hope it's helpful for you. If you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell. Okay, have a wonderful and an insightful month, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.